Gentlemen, let me ask you something personal. Something most men over 50 are often too embarrassed to admit, even to their own doctor. When was the last time self-pleasure or intimacy felt as powerful, as electric, as effortless as it did when you were 20? I'm not just talking about whether things work. I mean the raw sensitivity, the surge of blood, and that deep, satisfying release that left you feeling fully alive. If you're like many of my patients, you've probably noticed the changes creeping in over the years. Erections that feel softer, sensations that aren't as sharp, climaxes that are, well, underwhelming. Most men chalk it up to age, but after more than 30 years studying men's health, I can tell you with certainty, it's not just the number on your birthday cake. It's the fuel you give your body every single day. And that's the exciting part, because today, I'm going to show you how the right foods can reignite what time tried to take away. We're talking 6 powerhouse foods that can restore circulation, sharpen sensitivity, and bring back stamina. Foods that can make private moments vibrant again. And believe me, the last food on this list is one most men completely overlook, yet it can transform not only your erections, but also your confidence as a man. So, stick with me until the very end, you won't want to miss it. And if you find value in what we're about to dive into, go ahead and hit that like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe to Senior Health After 50. Together, we're building a community where age is just a number, not a limitation. Why erections change with age? The truth no one tells you. Erections are not some random gift of biology. They're the result of an incredibly precise system of mechanics and chemistry working together. Think of it the same way you'd think of hydraulics in an airplane or a race car. Blood has to rush into the penis, fill the spongy erectile tissue, and then stay trapped there under pressure. If any part of that system weakens, the entire experience feels different. For everything to work the way it did when you were 20, 3 things need to align perfectly. 1. Clean arteries that can deliver blood efficiently. 2. Flexible blood vessels that can expand like new rubber hoses, not stiff pipes. 3. Plenty of nitric oxide, the body's natural signal that says, open the gates, let the blood flow. When those signals start to weaken, blood flow slows, erections feel softer, sensitivity fades, and climax can feel flat rather than powerful. Now, here's the truth most men never hear. This isn't simply about aging, it's about what you feed your body every single day. Your nutrition determines how well you produce nitric oxide, how flexible your arteries remain, and even how sharp your nerve signals travel from brain to body. I've treated men in their 60s and 70s who outperform men in their 30s, not because of lucky genetics, but because they've kept their fuel clean. Look at Jeff Bezos in his 20s versus in his late 50s. In early photos, he looked like a typical overworked executive, pale, stressed, carrying extra weight. But in his 50s, after prioritizing his health and fueling his body differently, he appeared stronger, sharper, and yes, biologically younger. His arteries and circulation benefited from that shift. And when circulation thrives, performance in every sense thrives too. From a medical lens, here's the takeaway. Erections decline when circulation weakens, not just when birthdays add up. The better your arteries, vessels, and nitric oxide production, the stronger and more satisfying your experiences will be. And the most powerful way to protect those systems? Through nutrition. Food number 1, beets, the circulation booster. Beets are more than just a colorful vegetable you push to the side of your plate. They're one of nature's most powerful nitric oxide factories. Packed with natural nitrates, beets work behind the scenes to relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and lower blood pressure. In plain terms, they help keep your arteries wide open and flexible, allowing blood to flow where it's needed most. That's why professional athletes, from cyclists to Olympic runners, often drink beet juice before major competitions. They know the extra surge of nitric oxide translates into stamina, endurance, and performance. But here's the fascinating part. What helps you in the gym or on the track can also help you in the bedroom. Stronger blood flow equals firmer erections, heightened sensitivity, and staying power that feels decades younger. When Barack Obama was campaigning for the presidency, reporters often wondered how he kept up his unbelievable schedule, speech after speech, endless travel, and still showing up sharp. His aides revealed that one of his secret weapons was a clean, nitrate-rich diet with plenty of vegetables, including beets and leafy greens. From a medical perspective, that's no surprise. Those foods supported his circulation and stamina, allowing him to endure physically and mentally. And remember, the same circulation that carries blood to your brain and muscles is the very circulation that fuels erections. How to use beets. The beauty of beets is how versatile they are. You can roast them and toss them in salads, blend them into smoothies, or stir beet powder into a glass of water. It doesn't matter which form you choose, what matters is consistency. Your circulation thrives on steady fuel, not once in a while fixes. When men make beets part of their weekly routine, the changes go beyond the bedroom. They notice stronger workouts, better energy during the day, and sharper mental clarity. That's the hidden power of circulation. It touches everything. Food number 2, dark chocolate. Pleasure chemistry in a square. Dark chocolate isn't candy, it's medicine disguised as dessert. I'm not talking about the sugar-loaded bars you see at the checkout counter. I mean the real stuff. 70% or higher cocoa, slightly bitter, rich, and packed with compounds that work directly on your circulation and your brain chemistry. Cocoa is bursting with flavonoids, plant-based antioxidants that keep your arteries supple and your blood vessels relaxed. In other words, dark chocolate helps keep the highways of blood flow open, allowing more circulation to reach everywhere it needs to go, including the most private regions of a man's body. But that's only half the story. Dark chocolate also works on your brain's pleasure center. Cocoa naturally stimulates dopamine, the same neurotransmitter that lights up when you fall in love, laugh uncontrollably, or experience something deeply satisfying. More dopamine means stronger arousal, heightened excitement, and climaxes that feel richer and more powerful. During World War II, Winston Churchill was famous for his cigars and whiskey, but what many don't know is that he also had a habit of enjoying small amounts of dark chocolate. Biographers note that it often boosted his mood before grueling late-night war sessions. From a medical standpoint, the flavonoids and dopamine-boosting effects likely gave him a small edge in energy, focus, and resilience. Imagine applying that same chemistry not to wartime decision-making, but to intimacy. It fuels both mind and body. Martin, 62, lost his wife and told me intimacy no longer seemed appealing. He said, "Doc, I just don't feel much of anything anymore." I suggested something simple: add a small square of real dark chocolate after dinner. It wasn't about sugar, it was about circulation and dopamine. Within a few weeks, he came back and said, "I don't know what happened, but I feel a spark again." His erections were firmer, but more importantly, his mood and excitement returned. That little spark of dopamine reminded him that life and pleasure wasn't over. How to use dark chocolate. The beauty is, you don't need much. Just 1 or 2 small squares of high-quality dark chocolate a few times a week are enough. Think of it as medicine wrapped in indulgence. The key is quality and moderation. Look for at least 70% cocoa content, ideally higher. Avoid the overly processed bars packed with sugar, milk, and fillers. They undo the benefits. Instead, savor the richness slowly. Let it melt in your mouth. Not only will your sweet tooth be satisfied, but your circulation and pleasure chemistry will quietly thank you. When men consistently add dark chocolate to their diet, they often report not only stronger erections, but also more powerful, more satisfying climaxes, experiences that feel closer to the earth-shaking releases they remember from their 20s. Food number 3, oysters and zinc, the testosterone spark. For centuries, oysters have been called an aphrodisiac. Poets wrote about them, kings feasted on them, and lovers whispered about their effects. And here's the thing, it's not just folklore. Modern science proves oysters are loaded with one of the most important minerals for male health, zinc. Zinc is the unsung hero of testosterone production, and testosterone, as every man over 50 knows, is the master hormone of vitality. When levels drop, everything suffers. Erections weaken, desire fades, energy dips, and climax feels muted, like someone turned down the volume. But when zinc intake is steady, testosterone production strengthens, desire returns, and firmness improves. Consider Elon Musk running Tesla, SpaceX, and more requires extraordinary stamina. While he's not famous for eating oysters, he has spoken about how diet and nutrient balance are crucial to maintaining his energy and mental drive. From a medical perspective, someone under that much stress would see testosterone crash if minerals like zinc weren't maintained. That connection between zinc, testosterone, and energy is the same reason older men who keep their zinc intake strong often report renewed confidence, drive, and intimacy. Alternatives to oysters. Not every man enjoys oysters. Some dislike the texture, and for others, they're simply not accessible. The good news? Zinc is found in many foods. Pumpkin seeds are a fantastic plant-based source. Beef, chickpeas, and beans are also reliable. The important thing is consistency. Men who correct zinc deficiencies often notice not just firmer erections, but also more powerful orgasms, climaxes that feel satisfying again, rather than flat. It's like flipping the switch back on. How to use zinc-rich foods. For oysters, even a small serving once a week can make a difference. If you prefer seeds or beans, aim for a handful of pumpkin seeds daily, or a serving of chickpeas in salads and stews. Over time, this keeps zinc levels steady and testosterone humming. Remember, testosterone isn't just about sex, it's about energy, confidence, and drive. And zinc is the quiet mineral that fuels it all. Food number 4, watermelon, nature's Viagra. Sweet, refreshing, and innocent looking, watermelon hides a powerful secret. Inside that juicy red flesh is an amino acid called citrulline. Once inside your body, citrulline converts into arginine and then into nitric oxide, the very same molecule that prescription drugs like Viagra target to improve blood flow. That's why researchers often call watermelon nature's Viagra. It works gently but effectively, helping arteries relax and encouraging fresh blood to surge where men need it most. The result? Erections that respond faster, last longer, and feel firmer. Historians often describe John Kennedy as a man of seemingly boundless energy, despite chronic health challenges. His doctors at the time emphasized circulation and diet to maintain stamina. While he wasn't known specifically for watermelon, the science we have today tells us that if men in positions of high demand, like John Kennedy, had consistent access to circulation-boosting foods, their vitality would be more sustainable. Watermelon fits that bill perfectly, light, hydrating, and nitric oxide friendly. Samuel, a 6-7-year-old grandfather, came to me embarrassed. He said, "Doc, I can get started, but I can't stay strong. That's what I call erectile fatigue." Instead of medication right away, we added a simple prescription: more watermelon, a slice after lunch, a smoothie in the evening. Within weeks, Samuel reported firmer erections that lasted longer. His wife later told me in laughing that she'd started buying watermelon in bulk. How to use watermelon. The beauty of watermelon is how easy it is to enjoy. Eat it fresh, blend it into smoothies, or juice it for a refreshing drink. Some men even freeze it into cubes for a cooling summer snack. The key is regular intake. A few slices here and there won't create lasting change, but adding it consistently helps keep circulation smooth and responsive. Think of it as a gentle daily switch that tells your arteries, stay young, stay flexible, keep the blood flowing. And remember, the benefits go far beyond the bedroom. Watermelon hydrates the body, supports the kidneys, and reduces blood pressure, all crucial factors for men over 50. Food number 5, walnuts, fuel for your nerves. Walnuts may look simple, but they are nutritional powerhouses, especially when it comes to men's vitality. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and plant-based protein, they support 2 critical systems: circulation and nerves. Circulation brings the blood, nerves bring the signal. Without healthy nerves, the brain's message, "Get ready, blood flow needed now," arrives faint or distorted. That's why many men over 50 describe a kind of numbness, as though sensitivity has faded. Walnuts feed those nerve pathways, restoring sharpness and responsiveness. Omega-3 also keep arteries flexible. Think of them as natural lubricants for your blood vessels. Instead of becoming stiff and narrow with age, your vessels remain supple, allowing blood to surge smoothly into erectile tissue. Steve Jobs was famous for his plant-heavy diet. Biographers noted that he often ate nuts, especially walnuts and almonds, as quick meals. While he focused on clarity and creativity, the same nutrients that fueled his brain also protect nerves and circulation everywhere in the body. That's the lesson for older men. What keeps your mind sharp also keeps your intimacy alive. Men, walnuts can provide that same foundation for energy, focus, and sexual health. How to use walnuts. The simplest way is a small handful each day. You can eat them raw, sprinkle them on oatmeal, or mix them into salads. For men who don't enjoy walnuts, other omega-3 rich options include salmon, sardines, chia seeds, and flax seeds. The key is daily consistency. Over time, men notice stronger responses, improved sensitivity, and orgasms that feel fuller and more satisfying. And because walnuts also fight inflammation and protect the heart, the benefits ripple far beyond the bedroom. Walnuts prove a larger point. When you feed your nerves and circulation, you're not just investing in sexual health, you're protecting your brain, heart, and independence as you age. Food number 6, pomegranate, the overlooked champion. For centuries, pomegranates have been symbols of fertility, vitality, and life. Ancient cultures revered them, not just for their taste, but for what they represented: strength, endurance, and passion. Today, modern science confirms what tradition always suspected: pomegranates are one of the most powerful foods for men's health. Why? Because they're packed with antioxidants more than almost any other fruit. These antioxidants protect arteries from damage, reduce plaque buildup, and improve blood circulation. Cleaner, stronger arteries mean stronger erections, period. But pomegranates don't stop there. They also support testosterone levels, the very hormone that fuels desire, energy, and firmness. Pop icon Madonna, known for her relentless energy even in her 62nd, has often spoken about her clean diet rich in antioxidant-heavy foods, including pomegranates. For her, it's about endurance on stage. But the same antioxidants that fuel her stamina also protect circulation in men, keeping arteries supple and sexual function alive. How to use pomegranates. The good news is they're easy to enjoy. You can. Eat the seeds directly. Sprinkle them on salads. Drink a glass of pure pomegranate juice daily. The form doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Over time, you'll notice not just improvements in intimacy, but also in energy, mood, and even cardiovascular health. The bigger picture. When you put it all together, beets, dark chocolate, oysters and zinc, watermelon, walnuts, and pomegranates, you cover every system that matters. Circulation, beets, watermelon, dark chocolate, pomegranate. Hormones, oysters, pumpkin seeds, pomegranate. Nerve health, walnuts. Pleasure chemistry, dark chocolate. Each one is a piece of the puzzle. Together, they form a blueprint for vitality, proof that age doesn't have to mean decline. Let me leave you with this. I've sat across from men who felt broken, ashamed, convinced that decline was inevitable. And I've also seen those same men come alive again, not because of a magic pill, not because of expensive treatments, but because of simple, intentional choices they made at the dinner table. If you want self-pleasure and intimacy to feel alive again, remember, it's not about luck and it's not about age, it's about fuel. The right foods can change everything. So tonight, instead of reaching for processed snacks or pouring another glass of alcohol, think about adding beets to your salad, savoring a square of dark chocolate, or grabbing a handful of walnuts. These aren't just foods, they are medicine for your masculinity, your vitality, and your confidence. And here's the most important truth. Vitality isn't some faded memory of your 20s. It's a choice you can make today, right now, one meal at a time. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Tap that like button, share this video with a friend who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Senior Health After 50 so we can keep walking this journey together. Because gentlemen, your best years are not behind you, they're waiting to be unlocked.